Hi Jan,
Hi, good.
how's things, mate? Thank you for joining me.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Looking forward to this. I've been a bit nervous about this one.
No, no, don't be, don't be. I'm nervous as well, so
Thank you very much for taking the time out to
no,
see
no,
us.
no problem, not a problem at all.
How's it been going for you in terms of lockdown and that? I suppose it must be hard.
Yeah, it's been around what, 6 weeks now. First of all, I think we thought, oh, we're all gonna be back soon,
Yeah.
but then it became clear quite quick that we'd spend a couple weeks or months in the house, and I think it's easier when the weather's nice. I've got two kids and a little garden, and I felt like, oh, when we could go out, it was quite easy. But now I felt like maybe it's because of it's 6 weeks or whatever. But if you can't go out and you're in the house, in the house, in the house, then oh my, that's when my
It's
head
hard.
explodes. Yeah.
I feel
So
your pain.
the kids are upstairs now, and I'm like, ah, heaven. Yes. So no, we've been training every morning. So we call in on Zoom. That's like a
Yeah.
video call, like let's say FaceTime or Skype or whatever. And at 11 o'clock, and there's someone at the training ground who presents a training session. And we all have like material in the house, like a bike and some power bags and elastic bands. And we train for like an hour and a half every day. And the weekends we're off.
I see that some of the players have gone back today. Is that true that some have gone in today?
Um, yeah, I think, but it's still very strict. It's
Mm,
like we tra we don't come in the dressing room. We arrive. I mean, like the guys who were at training ground today, they arrived in the car. They train us separate pitches. Not allowed in the dressing room. They have to shower at home. So it's like it's still very strict. But at
yeah.
least you can you can be on the pitch again, and you have the facilities of the training ground, and it's good to be back. I think. Yeah.
I'm a bit hot, so I'm going to take this off and wear
Yeah.
this one instead. Look.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good.
I thought I would wear this one instead. That's a bit better for me.
I've got a Spurs jumper on, so we're all cool.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about your career. So, what age did you start playing football? Because obviously you was in Belgium and then you come over to Holland, didn't you? So what age did you start playing in Belgium?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I'm looking at my battery, but I didn't. No, I was 6 years old when I joined the football club in my local town in Belgium.
Hmm.
But I have two brothers, and one is 1 year older, and one is 3 years younger. So we had a big garden, and we used to play football all the time. And now these days you can start at 3 or 4 year old. Even my boy is 2.5. He already started playing football in the park with some people. But no, we just did it in the garden. And when I was 6 year old, I joined the local football academy with my oldest brother, and that's where it took off.
Do they still play as well?
No, my oldest brother he retired a couple of years ago because of work and family, but he played on amateur level
Okay.
for a long time. And my younger brother, he still plays actually on the third or the fourth level in Belgium. He's not professional at all, but it's an okay level.
Hmm.
And he was close at one point. I think he had a chance of making the step, but no one came in for him. And I think that's when he realized it's not going to happen. And then he just took normal life.
So you went to Ajax, I think. Was it how old were you? About 17, was you?
16, yeah, 16.
16.
Mm.
And did
Yeah,
you and you went through the academy kind of thing through there, didn't you? And Ajax have
yeah.
obviously got a
So
massive academy.
I joined an Antwerp team when I was 12, and then they had like a certain connection with Ajax, you know, like an agreement with them, like they could have the best talents in return for some money or trainers. I don't even know exactly. And a couple of us like Thomas Vermaelen, who played for Arsenal and Barcelona. He came from the academy. Moussa Dembele came through that academy, but he didn't join Ajax. But so when I was 16. Now, when I was 15, I went on trial with Moussa Dembele, and yeah, the next season they invited me back in, and I it was a tough decision, to be fair. Leaving my friends and family behind. I was only
Such a young age,
16.
yeah.
Yeah, I had to stay in foster family for a couple of years, and yeah, but it was probably the best choice of my life. And yeah, one manager when I was 15, he said like, yeah, if it doesn't work out, you can always come back to any team in Belgium. And that's when I realized, yeah, it's true. So why not? And I went and I stayed there for 9 years.
What an experience the Ajax, academy is. What did you think of them when you got there? Because obviously it's still one of the best in the world. Now it's still producing
Yeah,
all the time, isn't it?
it's probably still the best in the world.
Mm.
But to be fair, that's more than 15 years ago, and so yeah, lots of things have changed. I think these guys are training 4, 5, 6 hours a day now, or even more, and they live at the training ground nearly. And when I was there, it was just like hour and a half, 2 hours a day. So, but yeah, the technique and the methods and the
Mm.
methodology, it was just different way of thinking. And yeah, I loved it. I loved Amsterdam. I loved Ajax. I loved the players, the mentality, and yeah, I was very, very proud to wear that shirt. And I still think it's one of the most beautiful shirts in the world. And to put that on, and later to play in the arena and be captain of that club was,
Mm.
yeah. Sometimes I really sat down and think back, and yeah, it was a great time. Yeah, I
I
wish I
mean,
could go back there.
I've
Like,
got,
I mean, like back being
yeah,
a 15, 16
yeah,
year
yeah.
old and realize what special time it
What
was.
it all meant, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I still see some of their pictures of their facilities now. It's still, and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
still working from the
They
same
keep on building.
philosophy.
I think they
Yeah,
bought some land around this, and they keep extending and building it. Like, yeah, it's just it's crazy, and the philosophy, and it's just,
because the
yeah,
philosophy hasn't really changed, has it? It's always been Johan Cruyff's sort of philosophy, and it hasn't really sort of changed over the years, has it? Which is, it's kind of good, and it obviously works because they keep
yeah,
producing.
yeah. They always try to improve, obviously, and
Mm,
because they don't have the money from the Premier League club, so they have to be
mm,
creative, stay one step ahead. But yeah, they managed to do that, and I think they focused later. They stopped focusing a bit more on getting young talents in from other countries as well, and develop them on an early age. But yeah, if you see what they produce, it's just that's how you that's how they make the money.
yeah,
They sell players for 50, 60 million, and they get another one from the academy, so they don't have to invest every time when they sell a player. And yeah, in lots of Premier League teams and other teams, when you sell a player, you have to buy a new one, and that's a problem. Yeah.
what was it like to make the jump from Ajax to Tottenham? Was it a hard decision to make? Because obviously, as you're saying, you was quite passionate about Ajax, wasn't you?
No, it was definitely not as hard as the Ajax decision, because I was 25 and I expected to leave the year before, but I didn't, so I stayed another year, and which was good because I won the best player of the year that year in Holland, and we became champion, and I was captain. But yeah, so Tottenham came in for me that season, and Tottenham was a promising team. Had some great players. Were pushing like for that top four spot, and
Mm.
that's what I wanted. I wanted an ambitious team that played football that suited me, and Tottenham came in and it was perfect for me.
Yeah, I think since you've come in, you've been absolutely phenomenal. I can't think of, I think you've been a fantastic servant for the club.
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy that you come in when you did. Um, who is the most underrated player you think you've played with?
For me, even though he was
I,
rated,
I know who you're going to say.
even though he was rated, I still have to say Moussa Dembele,
Yeah, the goat.
because I think he had like the season before he left, when he had that Champions League run, when Juventus kicked us out. We had that February, March when we played Arsenal, United, and Juventus, and he had like very good games, and finally I thought he got that appreciation a bit.
Yeah,
And I thought he's playing like this every week.
yeah.
So I was it made me angry a bit as well because he's the most humble guy he will meet in the world, and he never spoke out. And if sometimes if you don't speak out, people just don't notice you because we had at that time Harry Kane and Sonny and Dele Alli was coming through and Christian Eriksen and yeah, so many other good players and because he was that humble and maybe because he doesn't score 5 or 10 goals a season, but like it's easy to see if you they asked so many players of our team and everyone said Dembele and you could have said Kane or Son, but
I think you
that's why.
noticed a lot when he went in January. That's when we kind of had that
Yeah,
sort of
so
decline, isn't it?
it's a shame, and for me, he's yeah, might sound yeah, he's up there with the best, the very not with obviously Messi, but he's yeah, he's up there with the best midfielders in the last decade for me.
I think for Spurs fans, we all love him, and I think it's I think it's probably because he doesn't score enough. He doesn't score a lot. He doesn't assist a lot, but it's the way he breaks
Yeah, but
down the play and he does off the
what
ball.
defensive midfielder scores
Yeah,
more than five
exactly,
goals a season? I can't
exactly.
name one
Yeah,
defensive midfielder who scores more than five
yeah.
goals a season. And five, I mean, so obviously Musa didn't score five, but you don't need
He
to. If
broke down
he
everything, didn't he?
he picked he got the ball out of my feet, how do you expect him to score goals? He's a defensive midfielder, so that's just no. No, I think lots of other midfielders were happy when he left the Premier
I've
League.
I've seen a lot of people saying that the one player they hate playing against was
Mm.
Moussa Dembele because he was just
I
so
bet, yeah.
strong, so he
Mhm.
won everything. It was just a hard battle for everyone. They knew it was always going to be a
Exactly.
hard battle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
Um,
yeah, I was sad when he left, and I think lots of teammates and fans.
yeah. Well, I think we're still suffering now. Best player you've played against?
This is funny because I was a centre back for my 15 years, let's say, and I've come across the best players in the world. I played against Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez, Aguero. I played against all of them, but the one where I struggled the most for 90 minutes, like non-stop 90 minutes, was when I played left back against Wolves, against Traore.
Sorry.
And I played out of position, and these are all things. So I should name like Suarez or Aguero probably, but obviously they were good and they were sometimes better than me. But I think where I struggled for 90 minutes was this season against Wolves. It was crazy. It was actually crazy. I felt helpless, and then at the end of the game I scored that winner, and
I
everyone
was going to
said,
say you won it,
"Oh,
yeah.
you had a great game." I was like, "Oh, so this is how it works for strikers. They can have a good game and score a goal, and they're man of the match." And that's a bit how it went. I had a bad game, a very bad game. Traore had the better of me for 90 minutes, and I scored a goal, and everyone was like, "Yeah, what a game!" I said, "No, I was." This is how it works for so many players, but most of the time, not for me.
I mean, he's been phenomenal this year, though, hasn't he? He's an animal. He's massive. He's built. He's fast. He's got every
Yeah,
attribute, isn't he? I think he's going to go on to to bigger and better things. I think.
and he has goals and assists now. He's a different kind of player. Yeah.
Which brings me on to the question that everyone will probably ask: is Ronaldo or Messi?
Yeah,
It's a question that everyone debates all the time, doesn't
I'm more of a Messi fan, but I respect Ronaldo so much.
it?
I think the one thing I respect from him the most, he came to United, and he was such a skillful player, and he had, but I think he made it click that it's all about goals and assists and winning trophies, and there are not a lot of players who can do that, because you see so many players now with all the skills he had, and they want to do the flicks and all these crazy things to get to go on YouTube, but he just made the click, and I respect that a lot. But as a football fan, I prefer looking at Messi.
Best player you played with?
Yeah. Again, I'm tempted to say The
Musa.
most special player I played with is probably Musa, because I've never seen his attributes all in one player. But yeah, if De Bruyne, Hazard, even Harry Kane, um, Gareth Bale, the year when he left Tottenham, yeah, Company when he was in his like prime, I've never seen anything like him. So yeah, those are the guys I'm thinking of now. Suarez, I played with him for 4 years, 5 years in Ajax. He was different. Yeah, I hope I'm not disrespecting or forgetting anyone. I played with Sneijder for 6 months just before he left to Madrid.
And what a
So
player he was as well.
yeah. So yeah, that was those guys were pretty special. Yeah.
Your relationship with Toby seems to be, phenomenal. You played together for a long time at two different clubs. What is it like to play alongside him? Because I take it he's one of your best friends as well, sort of thing, on and off the pitch, isn't it? It's almost telepathic when you're kind of playing, you two.
Yeah, so many games we played together in Ajax, then national team, then Tottenham. I don't know a life without Toby. He's always he sits next to me in the dressing room. He sits near me on the coach. He's when I played in the first team for a year and a half, and then he came. So he's always been near my side. We've been in the academy together in
You can't get rid of him.
and in Amsterdam. No, and yeah, I realize what I miss when I don't play with him. Sometimes I'm on the pitch and I play with him for so many games, and then it's like, oh yeah, he is that good. Or we just, I mean, no, or we just like, it's just like I didn't think about it. It was always easy with him. He understood me, I understood him. We know what we wanted from each other. We knew qualities. We still do, and I always enjoyed playing with him. I think he's a great player, and I was very happy for him when he signed that new contract. Yeah.
The last 3 years have been phenomenal for Spurs fans. They've, so close over the last 3 years to three. It must be heartbreaking for you guys at the end of the season how close you come. But how good was that run last year? How did that feel to go on that run last year? It must have been a great feeling to go on it. And obviously in the end, it wasn't what we wanted, but it was still, did the club proud the last couple of years, how they've come on. How did it feel going on that Champions League run?
Yeah, I think it was the craziest run a team has ever done in the Champions League. If you see from the group stage, we were so lucky at the end to go through because we drew in Barcelona. Inter didn't beat PSV at home. We had 1 point after 3 games in the group stage. Then we scored last minute against PSV. Inter in the last 10 minutes. Then Dortmund, I think, we beat them 3-0 at Wembley. But and we won away 1-0. But I think they were very close to beating us at one point. And then City games, Ajax games.
That must have been. I was on the floor for the City and Ajax game. I think at one point. I think especially the Ajax game. What was that feeling like in that Ajax game when Lucas scored it? Really,
it's just like even City. If you
when City scored, what was? I bet that feeling it hurt when they scored, and then it was disallowed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was such a crazy game. Like from the first minute, I think after 11 minutes it was 2-2. I think, and then it kept on going up and down. And I think we were lucky that they were 3 no, they were 4-2 up. No,
yeah.
Yeah, they
and
were
then Lorente scored, wasn't it?
I think we at one point I think there was like 20 minutes to go, and I said like don't stress, don't rush. We only need 1 goal, and I think City didn't know if they had to attack or to drop or to defend that were 4-2 up, and then just a corner, and then Fernando scored, and then obviously we had to do everything. I remember Wanyama kicking a ball. That was probably the best moment of the game, and then the goal roller coaster. Yeah, that was to finish the game off. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah.
And then obviously when in Ajax back at where you grew up to get that result, that must have been something else as well.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. When as soon as the whistle went, obviously we made it to the semi-final, which was madness. But I was straight, oh wow, I'm gonna play against Ajax in the semi-final of the Champions League, and that was all I could think about, and like the pressure and just on myself, my family, my friends, my missus from Amsterdam. It was difficult, to be fair. I found it very difficult, and yeah, I was happy we won, but like my emotional state was everywhere. I didn't know how to react, and first of all, I was happy with the win, but crazy, just like so many different emotions, and yeah, playing in the stadium again after so many years, where so many memories was yeah. I was happy, but it was weird as well.
It looks like it's all coming back to you now. You're just remembering it
Yeah,
all
it's
now.
just like the emotions, and then I like after 15 minutes, I had the knock on my head,
Yeah.
where I struggle a lot with, and then yeah, going back to the arena, my family was there, all my friends were there. Um, yeah, my brothers. It was mad. It was mad, and then I couldn't celebrate because I had the drugs testing and I injured my ankle. It was everything. Everything came together in that 1 month with the City and Ajax game. It's just
Yeah, I mean, it's been a phenomenal roller coaster. I think a pivotal point with that was probably Pochettino. What's probably one of the best advice Pochettino gave you, do you think?
Yeah, that everything starts with hard work, and it sounds very, very easy or very normal, but like yeah, he made us realize that when you're fitter than your opponent, and your quality is the same or better in many occasions, you nearly won the game, and he made us work so hard, but it paid off, and you see that now everyone, you change that mentality in the training ground and in the club. Like every player now is half an hour before the training starts. They're in the gym, even after training or on the days off or at home. Guys have a gym at home now. It's just like he changed the mentality. Yeah.
I was going to say he obviously changed a lot of the mentality of a lot of the players in the club then altogether.
Yeah, he did, and yeah, he meant a lot for everyone at the club. Yeah.
And obviously it's been a big change with Mourinho coming in. I take it he's still the same sort of mentality as what Pochettino is in terms of the winning mentality, isn't he? He seems to want to win every game and stuff like that.
I love him. He's a great coach. He's good with the guys, and he will be very important, I think. Yeah, in the future for the club, and yeah, I think I'm happy. I can say that he's been my manager in my career, because he's in the last 15, 20 years, he's one of the main figures in football, and yeah, I'm kind of proud I've played for him. Yeah.
Um, Views on you started off as a young kid playing in Belgium and stuff like that. Do you have any kind of views on like the grassroots sort of team that I sort of coached? Have you ever seen too much like grassroots football here, and how do you think it is
What's
compared to?
grassroots
Do you know,
football?
like like youth football, so not academy football, so kind of like local clubs and stuff like that. Have you seen any sort of local clubs play or anything like that?
In London, you mean?
Yeah.
No, not a lot. My daughter and my son now, they if they wanted to play football, they join like some kids and coaches in the park, in what is it, Regent's Park? But
Yeah.
no, I've never been to, apart from Tottenham, I've never seen not football on a young, for the younger guys, younger people. Yeah, I think in London it can be quite tough, I think, to find the right club or facilities, or I don't know, because in Belgium, where I came from, I come from the countryside, and there's a local football team, and you join the
Mm.
football team. But in London, it's different. It's not that easy to just join a football team where I have like two, yeah, full big pitches, and yeah. Apart from that, I don't know a lot about the academy or the grassroots football. No.
If you ever need it, come and speak to me. We'll get them signed up.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. He has a good left foot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it brings me on to like what sort of age do you think kids should start playing football? Because obviously at Tottenham and the big academies, they have kids in as young as 7. And my kind of philosophy is kind of maybe they should be coming in a bit older because they're missing out on playing with their friends. They're missing out on a lot of like grassroots, like playing and messing about. Is there a certain age you think that kids should be in at? Do you think they should be in as young as 7?
Yeah, I joined the academy very late. I was like professional academy I'm talking about. I was
Yeah.
12. And before that, like I just had some fun with friends, with my brother in the team. Um, yeah, I was a football animal. I played football every day on the streets, in the garden, and I just had fun. And I wasn't in a system in a very young age. And yeah, I'm not sure if it helped me, but I loved it. Just like having fun with my friends, playing football every day, and yeah, not being put in that system that quick. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but yeah, I think these academies, they want players as young as possible
Mm.
to teach them philosophy, or put them through some physical tests. I don't know, but I like just to no pressure, just have fun with your friends on the pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I kind of think as well. That a lot of our kids now they're going into academies as young as 7, and playing for their academies and missing out on kind of what you're saying. Playing on the streets and stuff like that, playing with their friends and
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
learning that sort of side of thing. I think that's what we're kind of missing nowadays.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
uh,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not, but in London, it's not that easy. Just go out on the street and
mm,
play football. That's yeah, yeah. The facilities are in a big city are not always there, I think. Yeah.
mm. Um, Last question. I won't keep you much longer now, so I just wanted to ask you a last question. Any kind of advice you've got for any of the young up and coming players or anyone around in London and stuff like that, or anywhere to kind of what does it take? What kind of things do you think it takes to become a professional, or what should they be doing?
Yeah, I've got this. I get this question a lot from youth team players, or even in the academy of Spurs, or people on the street. But I just had a ball on my feet all day, and wherever I went, I had a ball. And I just the key ups. I kicked the ball against the wall, or I volleyed the ball, or played with my brother. I just had fun, always had fun. And like I said, I was never being put in that system very early. So having fun and getting better just by touching the ball and playing with your friends. That's I always, if I saw a trick on the television, or someone doing a skill, or on a videotape back in the day, I just went outside to copy it all the time. Just I wanted, yeah, I wanted to learn. I wanted to be better, and but just it was easy for me because I loved football and I loved
Mm.
playing it. There was never an effort for me. Even now, football is not an effort for me. I like it. I do it. No, I mean, like I love doing it.
You love enjoy you play you
Yeah,
enjoy
I
it,
go. I
yeah.
go I'm not going to my work. I'm
Mm.
just going to play still with my friends, and that's how I look at it. And that's what, yeah, for me, make it easier to sacrifice all these things.
I've just seen a few people. Michael Vaughan's just popped up on the chat there, and he's
Yeah, I think
put a thumbs up.
everyone is mentioning Eric Dyer as well. So
We'll have to get him on. You can have a word for me. We'll get him on. He can come on another
he,
chat if
he
he
has
wants.
some good he has some good tips. You see, I think
Does he?
Michel Vorm as well. Yeah,
Yeah, Misha Vaughan's in. I see
those
him
are my
just there as
friends. They're my friends.
well. They can come on. They're more than happy. I'd love to have
Yeah,
them on.
yeah. They're probably bored of the lockdown as well. So they've got
We'll have a
nothing to
chat.
do.
They can come on. I'll always gladly accept all the Tottenham
No,
boys.
they're good guys. They're good guys.
Last question before you go. Do you think, in the next 10 years, do you think you'll get into coaching or do you think you'll kind of do something else?
I don't think I'll start coaching in the first couple of years after my career, just because I think I want to get out of that system. In the first couple of years, do other stuff. Not traveling or whatever, but just like different stuff in my life, and as playing football is one thing, but if the pressure and the stress that the managers have to go through, that's something I'm not looking forward to. And I love talking about football. I love thinking about football, but like, oh, I think,
You don't
yeah,
stress thinking about it.
one season. I think one season of football actually makes me 15, 20 years older. Like the stress and the pressure. I don't think I'm not looking forward to that. And without the pressure, just like thinking about football and seeing young players improve or understanding the game. I can see myself doing that, but just on a Premier League level, like, oh no.
I think you'll be a good coach. You seem to command a lot on the pitch. You seem to get that respect. You seem to know every part of the game. So I think you'll be a
that's
great
why
coach.
I like to think about it and discuss tactics and these things, but just like the stress and people insulting you and for a manager, football never stops.
Yeah.
For me, it stops as soon as I leave the pitch or I'm in my house. It stops. But as a manager, now you have to watch the games. You have to come up with new tactics. You have 25 players and 14 of them are unhappy. So you have to. Oh no, it's just no. It's not easy for a manager. It's not easy. So I respect them a lot. I respect them. Yeah.
I think that's all from me. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. It's been fantastic. I could sit here and talk to you all day.
Let me enjoy my night a bit with some Netflix. The kids are in bed. I need a bit of time for myself.
Thank you very much for taking the time out. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you sign a new contract. I hope you stay at Spurs for many, many years more. You've been a fantastic servant. I think every Spurs fan will say the same.
I've enjoyed playing for Tottenham for till now. So yeah, it's been great here and one of the best choices I made.
Good. I'm glad. Thank you so much for taking the time out. And Eric Dyer and Michael Vorm, I'll be on to them and hopefully they'll come on as well.
They're shy.
Eric Dyer definitely ain't shy.
No, that's true. Okay, enjoy your night, guys.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.